gentlemen, and whoever or whatever you identify as, welcome back to the Shed of Dread, and welcome to another video. Before it, because somebody's bound to say, yes, this seems to be the same t-shirt I've worn for quite a few videos. If you don't know by now, I record quite a lot of videos in a block, so this isn't me being riffy, this is just me doing a load of videos in one go. But trust me, I do own other t-shirts. Any case, article time. Let's get the goggles on. Let's see what this has got to say. Right then, She-Hulk Disney Plus series to remove Bruce Banner's role in Jennifer Walters' origin, depicting her as being the better Hulk. Anyone surprised yet? Have you seen the trailers for it? Doesn't it look like a hot mess? But as with everything, I will always watch them. I will always give it a chance, because, you know, if you don't watch these things and you don't give it a chance and you don't get to see it, how do you know for sure? You can't base it on, and you should never base it on what I say or what anyone else says. Whatever YouTuber tells you that this is a hot mess, don't watch it. Do it for your own choice. I watch everything that I say on here. That's how I make my judgments. I did it with Obi-Wan and, you know, and other shows like Miss Marvel. I do actually try and watch them, and then it gets to a stage whether either I can or I can't, and then I'll tell you. But I'm reading you. I always try and tell you what people say, but I'm not leading you. And you should never take my word for the gospel that you should or shouldn't watch anything in this world. You make your own minds up, because I've been pleasantly surprised a couple of times. Yeah, as I said, I will read out what's said in articles. I will give you roughly what I think, but don't take my word for it. Do it yourself. Watch these things. You never know. You never know. You might be pleasantly surprised, and I have been on several occasions. So let's get back to it. But this does look like a hot mess. To the surprise of a few, the latest previews of She-Hulk Attorney at Law have confirmed that Marvel's next Disney Plus outing will be a textbook example of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's current direction, as not only will the series portray Jade Giantess as stronger and more competent than a version of Bruce, but also change her comic book origin in order to make her story more independent from her male cousins. This one also in the trailer, there's a few things. One things I don't particularly like. When films break what they call the fourth wall, that's where a character, if you don't know what that is, will turn and look at you and talk to you as if you're there. Really don't like that. Sometimes it can be done really, really well, and other times it really can't. So it's fourth wall breaking is not my popular thing. Any case, the formal aspect of a character was first revealed in the series trailer, which made a public debut on the July 23rd as part of Marvel's San Diego Comic-Con debuts, which I've already done another video on. Therein, Jen could be responding to Bruce's demonstration how to use a newfound super strength by hurling a large boulder, than one he did with far less effort and further. Meeting Bruce's instructions to use the yoga as a method of Hulk control with incredible dexterous display of apparent fact that she's already mastered this ability. And here we go again. It's the Mary Sue thing, isn't it? That women automatically become great with zero anything. Even blowing the Avenger away, which seems to be a first use of a signature thunderclap move. Yeah, okay. It should be noted at this point, the MCU's timeline, Bruce has lived with his gamma-fueled his other self for at least 15 years, having already been the Green Goliath for a few years before his chronological MCU debut in 2008, while Jen has been a member of the Hulk family for, and this is extremely generous, presumably no more than 6 months. So in 6 months she becomes awesome. Regarding the aforementioned change to the origin, this was detailed by She-Hulk actress Tatiana Maslany. She was in Black Orphan, which was a good film series until it went a bit weird, in a separate behind-the-scenes feature which was released on July 28th. Speaking to the events that leave her character feeling green, Maslany explained that Jennifer Walters is an attorney who was accidentally taken in the Hulk's blood, and she becomes the She-Hulk. In footage played underneath the actress' voiceover, this accidental exposure is shown to come from a rescuing Bruce from a wrecked vehicle after the two are involved in an accident. The depiction of Jen's origin deviates drastically from the one depicted in the comics. There's a surprise. As while the Disney Plus series keeps her cousin's blood as a factor in a transformation, as seen in her debut within the pages of Stan Lee penned Savage She-Hulk #1, it does its best to all but eliminate Bruce's role in facilitating the start of her superhero career. Well, there's no surprise to anyone there. Originally, rather than her own heroic efforts, Jen was exposed to her cousin's gamma-radiated blow having been gunned down by a hitman hired to prevent her from defending someone who they framed. Well, there's a surprise, we won't have that. Can't have a woman getting shot. Unable to find any immediate medical assistance and taking the note of the fact she already has lost a worrying amount of blood, Bruce makes the executive decision to perform an emergency blood transfusion between himself and Jen, saving her life at the cost of setting her on the path to eventual membership on the roster of the Fantastic Four, the Avengers and Marvel vs. Capcom 3. In an interesting aside, the lower standard of being able to receive derivative powers from simple exposure to the Hulk's blood, rather than explicit combining one of Owen's blood with his, directly retcons, surprise surprise, established MCU canon, because of course we live in a world where canon no longer matters. As seen in The Incredible Hulk, after the accidentally consuming a bottle of soda tainted by Bruce's blood, an old man, played by Stan Lee, falls ill with radiation poisoning rather than turning into an ageing or grey Hulk. She-Hulk Attorney at Law hits Disney Plus on August 17th. Not long to go now, ladies and gentlemen. See, I can't argue with the existence of She-Hulk because we all know it exists. She exists in comic book form and is part of. But by doing what we're doing, we're doing the MCU, aren't we? We're changing things again. As I said, 17th of August. I'll give it a watch and I will see how it goes. The CGI looks terrible, and now it turns out that the way she gets her powers has been drastically altered, even though, as it says in canon, you can't get it like that because you get radiation poisoning. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a fat bloke sitting in a shed surrounded by his toys. You know, let me know what you think. Comment section down below. You know the rules by now, and if you don't, go find them. No. If you don't, I'll explain on this one. There is no right or wrong opinion. Everybody's entitled to opinion, whether you agree with it or not. As long as it's not nasty, vile, etc., breaks the rules, laws, etc., absolutely fine. Excuse me. If you've enjoyed this video, you can do what Dave the Hand always does, which he's doing right now, which is give it a thumbs up. Thank you, Dave. As always, if you want to subscribe, it is going to be located down there. Little red arrow, you click on that, or somewhere on, well, depending on one of your devices, in the description. If you hit that subscribe button, then you can ding the bell that looks like that, give that a ding, and that should then enable you to get notifications that I've done another video. But of course it's YouTube, so you may get them, you may not, it may stay turned on, it may not. You could get it tomorrow, you could get it in 6 weeks time, who knows, because it's the magic of YouTube. And if you have subscribed and you have clicked that bell button and you have liked this and you have shared this, then thank you so much. It means such a lot to me. It genuinely does. And with that, and as always, and until the next one, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you for spending some of your valued time watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall catch you in the next one.